Let me guess. You're scrolling through your phone at 11 at night.
You're not buying anything, but you're watching other people's success stories again. Some guy your age just bought a laundromat, and he's already breaking even.
Meanwhile, you're stuck wondering if your paycheck will even survive this month's rent.
The gap between his calm and your anxiety?
That's exactly what we're exploring today.
Because the truth about passive income is stranger than anything social media shows you.
It's not about luck, timing, or some secret only rich people already know. It's about choosing businesses so unglamorous that almost nobody wants to compete there. Today, I'm walking you through 10 of those businesses, steadily making people real money. Here's the problem. Most people think passive income means doing absolutely nothing at all. They picture a business that runs itself while they sip coffee on a beach.
That image sells courses, but it rarely matches how these boring businesses actually work.
Every laundromat owner spent months learning machines, leases, and neighborhoods before earning anything steady. So if you feel a little behind right now, you're not missing some hidden gene. You're simply comparing your messy beginning to someone else's polished, filtered middle chapter. Social media shows the vending machine route after year 3, never during year 1. Nobody films themselves driving 40 minutes to refill snack machines in the rain. The unfilmed part? That's exactly where real, lasting financial security actually gets built. Once you accept that, the whole idea of passive income starts feeling more honest. So what actually makes a business boring, in the best possible sense of that word?
It's not glamorous. It doesn't trend, and nobody's making a documentary about it.
But it solves a problem people will always have, no matter what happens.
Clean clothes, parking spots, snacks, cash, storage space, none of that disappears easily. These businesses survive recessions precisely because they were never exciting to begin with.
Let's go through 10 of these unglamorous businesses silently building wealth in the background. Take laundromats, a business most people drive past without a single second thought. People need clean clothes during recessions, pandemics, breakups, and every ordinary Tuesday afternoon. Steady, unglamorous, boring demand like that? That's exactly what makes the math work. Machines run themselves, customers pay up front, and inventory never spoils on a shelf. Owners still handle repairs and rent, but the daily grind stays refreshingly small. Vending machines work on that same quiet principle. Small transactions repeating hundreds of times. A single machine might cost a few $1,000s, placed somewhere people already gather. Break rooms, gyms, and waiting rooms all guarantee foot traffic without any advertising budget. Nobody's chasing customers here. You're simply standing where hungry, thirsty people already walk. Restocking takes an hour, and the rest of the week stays completely yours. Self-storage facilities profit from something deeply human, our reluctance to let things go. Divorce, downsizing, moving, and death, they all push people towards renting extra space quickly. Once someone rents a unit, they rarely calculate the true yearly cost afterward. Units stay filled from lingering inertia long after the original emergency is passed. Land, a fence, and some metal doors become a surprisingly dependable monthly paycheck. Automated car washes strip away the part most businesses struggle with: human labor. A customer drives in, taps a card, and the machine handles everything alone. No awkward small talk, no scheduling headaches, no employees calling in sick constantly. People wash their cars in good times and stressful times, almost without thinking. It's a habit disguised as a purchase, which is exactly why it's dependable. ATM ownership sounds intimidating, but it's really just renting out convenient access to cash. Every withdrawal charges a small fee, often a few dollars per transaction. Place that machine inside a busy bar, and those small fees add up fast. People rarely negotiate an ATM fee. They just tap accept and move on. A small moment of convenience, repeated daily, quietly becomes a real income stream.
Parking lots might be the most boring real estate anyone could possibly own. There's no roof to fix, no tenants complaining, no plumbing bursting at midnight. You're simply charging people for something they need every single time they drive.
In dense cities, that patch of pavement can outperform properties costing far more. It's proof that value isn't about excitement, it's about consistent, unavoidable human need.
Dumpster rental businesses profit from a truth nobody wants to admit out loud.
We constantly renovate, declutter, and throw things away, especially during major life changes. A homeowner rarely shops around. They just call whoever answers the phone fastest. Urgency like that means less price competition and more predictable, repeatable weekly income. One truck and a few metal bins can easily outperform a fancier startup idea. Then there's land leasing, renting empty space to companies desperate for tall structures. Cell phone carriers pay landowners monthly rent just to mount a single tower. Billboard companies do something similar, leasing a small patch beside a busy highway. The landowner does nothing except sign paperwork and cash a check every month. It's one of the closest things to truly hands-off income hiding in plain sight. Renting out a single small property still counts as boring, dependable business ownership. Tenants pay monthly rent, whether the housing market feels exciting or completely lifeless.
Shelter isn't optional. People need a roof regardless of what stocks are doing.
Shelter being non-negotiable is precisely why landlords sleep easier than day traders.
One paid-off duplex can genuinely replace an entire unpredictable second job's income. The 10th business isn't really a business. It's owning slivers of thousands together.
Index funds bundle boring companies, insurance, utilities, groceries into your 401k or brokerage account.
These companies pay dividends whether the news feels terrifying or completely boringly calm.
There's no inventory, staff, or plumbing to manage, just a tiny ownership piece.
It's the laziest-sounding business on this list, and often the most reliable.
None of these 10 businesses will trend on social media or impress at parties, but together they share one quiet trait that actually matters for real wealth. This quiet trait is predictability, and predictability is what actually creates peace of mind. We've been taught that exciting equals valuable and boring equals somehow beneath us. But excitement and money usually means volatility, and volatility is expensive for anxiety. Every time your investment swings wildly, your nervous system pays a hidden tax. Boring businesses trade that emotional roller coaster for something steadier, slower, and far kinder. This is where money stops being about ego and starts being about safety. Once you see it that way, your decisions naturally start slowing down and steadying. You stop chasing the next flashy trend and start asking a quieter question instead. Will this still be paying me steadily 5, 10, 20 years from now? A single question like that filters out most hype and highlights what deserves attention. So, how does someone actually start without quitting their job or risking everything? You don't need $50,000 sitting around to begin building something small. A single vending machine or one shared storage unit is a realistic starting point. If physical businesses feel overwhelming right now, index funds remain a quieter entry. Even $50 a month, invested consistently, becomes meaningful over enough patient years. The goal isn't overnight riches. It's building one boring, reliable stream at a time. Learn the numbers first. Talk to someone who already owns that type of business. Ask uncomfortable questions about maintenance, slow months, and what actually goes wrong regularly.
Then start smaller than feels impressive, because impressive isn't actually the real goal.
Reinvest whatever that first small stream earns before expanding into anything bigger later. None of this requires becoming someone completely different from who you are today. You don't need to quit your job, take huge risks, or work every weekend. You just need one small, boring decision that silently compounds over the coming years.
Money stress rarely comes from lacking intelligence. It comes from lacking a clear system.
Boring businesses hand you that system, calmly, patiently, without asking for constant attention.
So the next time you're scrolling at 11 at night, comparing yourself to strangers, remember, the laundromat owner didn't start with confidence. He started with one machine.
Progress in this world always looks smaller and slower than we secretly want it to.
But slow, boring progress still beats waiting around for some perfect mythical moment. Nobody needs perfect timing, perfect savings, or a perfect understanding of markets. Just start somewhere small and let boring quietly do the rest for you.
That's how real financial peace gets built, one unremarkable Tuesday at a time.
A year from now, you'll either have started or you'll still be scrolling.
Both paths take exactly the same amount of time to pass you by.
So maybe tonight, instead of watching someone else's laundromat story, you research one.
Boring is available to you too, and it's been waiting patiently this whole time.